Fantastic set of numbers, a turnaround. You've posted a PAT of about 4 crores versus a loss last time around. Take us through what led to a jump in your profit number this time around.
Yeah, I think, two factors are responsible for our increase in profitability. One is, of course, we've been able to have a fair amount of control on the raw material price. Our raw material cost actually has come down to a reasonable extent. And the selling price, although has dipped to some extent, but raw material cost has been reduced further. So essentially the value addition has gone up. And to add to this, the rupee dollar has been quite encouraging for us, the exchange rate. So I think these are two factors which have helped us to post better results for this quarter.
Hi, Mr. Dempos. This is Mubina here joining in from the research team. I must congratulate you. Excellent set of numbers. I wanted to talk to you, like you mentioned, of course, cost savings and value addition is something that has improved your EBITDA. But what's concerning is the top line, because that has been more or less flat. So essentially, if you could tell me what exactly has been your volumes and what has been the average realizations?
Yeah, the first quarter volumes were at about 33,000. And this quarter, we've done about 44,500. So essentially, as you've said, we've had a slight increase in the second quarter. The first quarter, most of the aluminum buyers were negotiating contracts with us. So we had a slight dip in the first quarter, but we should be able to do better numbers this year than last year in terms of top line.
So, Mr. Dempos, what pockets exactly are you seeing a good demand come in, or even for that matter, tepid demand coming in?
We find that the demand situation is improved from the aluminum buyers. As compared to last year, we are feeling traction in the aluminum buyers. Of course, the challenge is that the aluminum price is still not very, very lucrative. It's still hovering between 1,500 and 1,600 from its topmost level at plus 2,000. Then, of course, the profitability can substantially go up. But we see a certain amount of traction in the demand coming in the last quarter.
All right. Just on the margins then, it's a very good jump up really. Like you mentioned, cost control, but the question is sustainability. Would you say that this is just a one-time thing where, you have been able to improve your margins, or would that, 7% odd be sustainable for the rest of the quarters as well of this fiscal?
Actually, the good news is that for most of the second half, we are reasonably covered for our tonnages. So we know what sort of prices we are getting. We are also have been able to control raw material prices till now. So I don't see a very large dip in the value addition. So our guidance should be that we should be able to hold on to profit levels like this, barring any adverse movements in the exchange rates.
Question from my end. You did mention about how your contracts have been fixed for the rest of the year. If you could just tell us, is it on a fixed price basis? Is it variable price? How exactly? Because what I want to understand is in terms of predictability of your average realizations for the quarters going ahead.
Generally, we fix, contracts with our buyers between 3 to 6 months. So that's the typical thing where a fixed price is allocated and fixed tonnages are given. So most of our prices for the next half, we are reasonably sure what kind of prices. And that's where we are trying to now back-end conclude all our raw material pricing so that we are reasonably sure of the margins that we can achieve.
All right, Srinivas. Thanks very much for taking us through those details on your earnings. The stock is up 8% at the high point of trade, but great margin performance, more than double actually at 7%. So that pretty much makes the headline.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.